Hello. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Short story 167, Luna Lost and Found. Astra stared out of the viewport of her tiny spaceship. Below, the swirling blue and white marble of Earth shrunk with every passing second. Her heart hammered a nervous rhythm against her ribs. Today was the day. Today she was finally going to Luna, Earth's moon. Astra had always dreamt of space travel. Growing up in a cramped apartment in Tokyo, her only view of the stars was a sliver between towering buildings. But stories of astronauts and lunar adventures filled her nights. Now, at the age of 25, she had saved enough credits to buy a second-hand spaceship, a rusty bucket with dreams taped to the hull. Their journey was long and lonely. Days blurred into nights, filled with the hum of the engine and the blinking lights of the control panel. Astra rationed her food supplies, her stomach grumbling in protest. But the closer she got to the Luna, the excitement bubbled over. She spent her free time studying the moon's surface maps, planning her exploration route. Finally, the rocky surface of the moon filled the viewport. Craters like giant pockmarks dotted the grey landscape. Astra gripped the controls, a surge of adrenaline coursing through her. "This is it," she whispered, her voice trembling slightly. Landing was bumpy but successful. Astra stepped out of her ship, the fine lunar dust crunching under her boots. The silence was deafening, broken only by her own breathing. Looking up, she saw a sky filled with a million glittering stars, unfiltered by Earth's atmosphere. It was breathtaking. For the next few hours, the moon became her playground. With each bounce in the low gravity, she felt lighter than a feather. Each moon rock she collected was a treasure from another world. She explored a vast crater, its walls towering over her like ancient giants. Inside, the temperature dropped significantly, and she huddled in her spacesuit, amazed by the stark contrast of lunar landscapes. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the lunar surface, a wave of panic washed over her. She returned to her landing site, eager to return to the warmth of her tiny ship. "But where's my ship?" she cried, her voice echoing in the emptiness. Her tiny vessel, her only way home, was nowhere to be seen. Tears welled up in her eyes. Stranded on the moon. All those dreams, all that effort, for nothing. Despair threatened to engulf her, but then a glint in the distance caught her eye. There, half buried in a crater, was something reflecting the last rays of the setting sun. Could it be? Scrambling towards it, her heart pounded with a mix of fear and hope. It was her ship. Relief flooded through her. But how did it get there? As she got closer, she noticed faint tracks leading away from the crater, leading towards a cluster of low, dome-shaped buildings. Could there be others here? A flicker of hope ignited within her. Hesitantly, she approached the buildings. A gentle chime announced her arrival as the airlock hissed open. Inside, friendly faces greeted her. They were humans, clad in light blue jumpsuits with the emblem of a crescent moon. They were lunar colonists, the first humans living permanently on the moon. Astra learned that a micro-meteoroid shower, a barrage of tiny space rocks, had knocked her ship off course while she was exploring. The colonists had spotted it with their scanners and rescued it using their lunar rover, a sturdy vehicle designed for the harsh lunar environment. Relief and gratitude washed over her. These kind strangers had saved her. The colonists welcomed her with open arms. They showed her their research labs, where they were studying the moon's composition and searching for resources like water ice. They took her to their hydroponic gardens where they were growing fresh food under artificial light. They even showed her their living quarters, specially designed for lunar gravity, with exercise areas to combat muscle loss. The next few days were a whirlwind of learning and exploration. Astra spent time with Dr. Sharma, the head geologist, learning how to identify different types of lunar rock. She helped Maya, the botanist, tend to the delicate plants in the hydroponic gardens, and she even went on an evening rover ride with Ben, the engineer, exploring a nearby lunar lava tube, a long tunnel-like cave formed by ancient volcanic activity. As the days turned into weeks, Astra felt increasingly at home. She learned about the challenges the colonists faced, the constant need to conserve resources, the harshness of the lunar environment, and the ever-present danger of micrometeoroid impacts. But as she also saw their passion, their dedication to building a new home for humanity on the moon. Finally, it was time to return to Earth. Astra boarded her ship, a bittersweet feeling filling her heart. She was going back home, back to the familiar blue and green planet, but a part of her longed to stay. Saying goodbye to the colonists, she promised to visit again. They loaded her ship with supplies and information to share with space agencies on Earth. The journey back was different. Now the view of Earth wasn't just as beautiful blue marble, it was a place where she had friends, a place she belonged, and a place she'd return to, with stories to tell of her incredible adventure on Luna. But it was also a place that felt a little small, a little confining. Back on Earth, Astra was a celebrity. News outlets clamours for interviews. She shared her experiences, the beauty of the moon, and the dedication of the lunar colonists. She used her newfound fame to advocate for increased funding for space exploration and lunar settlements. But Astra never forgot her promise. As soon as she could, she saved up enough credits for another trip to Luna. This time, her ship wasn't a rusty bucket. It was a sleek new model equipped with the latest technology. Landing on the lunar surface felt like coming home. The colonists welcomed her back with cheers and hugs. This time, Astra wasn't just a visitor. She had decided to join them. She started helping with research projects, analysing lunar rock samples for signs of water ice. Then she trained to become a lunar rover pilot, navigating the treacherous terrain with skill. Her knowledge of Earth botany proved invaluable in helping Maya develop new strains of plants that could thrive in the lunar environment. Years passed. Astra became a fully fledged lunar colonist. She helped build new modules for their dome, expanding their living space. She even met someone special, Kai, a young engineer who shared his passion for space exploration. Together they dreamt of exploring the far reaches of the solar system. One evening, as they gazed out at the Earth, a beacon of blue and white against the black canvas of space, Astra knew she'd made the right choice. Luna was no longer a desolate rock. It was a home, a place where humanity was taking its first steps beyond Earth, a place where dreams like hers could take flight. Vocabulary notes: space travel, micrometeoroid, a tiny piece of rock or dust travelling through space. Sentence: a micrometeoroid shower knocked her ship off course. Spacesuit: a special suit worn by astronauts that protects them from the harsh environment of space. Sentence: she huddled in her spacesuit. Lunar rover: a special vehicle designed to travel on the moon's surface. Sentence: the colonists rescued it using their lunar rover. Hydroponics: a method of growing plants without soil, using water and nutrients. Sentence: they were growing fresh food under artificial light in their hydroponic gardens. Lava tube, a long tunnel-like cave formed by ancient volcanic activity on the moon. Sentence: she even went on an evening rover ride with Ben, the engineer, exploring a nearby lunar lava tube. The moon. Crater, a large bowl-shaped hole on the moon's surface formed by the impact of a meteorite. Sentence: craters like giant pockmarks dotted the grey landscape. Lunar gravity, the gravitational pull of the moon, which is much weaker than Earth's gravity. Sentence: their living quarters were specially designed for lunar gravity. Lunar rock, a rock found on the moon's surface. Sentence: she collected moon rocks, each one a treasure from another world. Other. Barrage, a large number of things coming at someone or something quickly. Sentence: a barrage of tiny space rocks. Whirlwind, a period of time with a lot of activity. Sentence: the next few days were a whirlwind of learning and exploration. Advocate, to speak or argue in favour of something. Sentence: she used her newfound fame to advocate for increased funding for space exploration. Desolate, empty and abandoned. Sentence: Luna was no longer a desolate rock. Bonus. Credits, the currency used in the story, can be replaced with fictional currency. Second hand, not new, previously owned by someone else. Sentence: she had saved enough credits to buy a second-hand spaceship. Story written by Google Bard AI. Image created by Desgo.com AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.